83. Resak. The people are called recyclers in the galaxy of Rest. They recycle everything that comes to the planet. I got on Resak this morning. It is the first time that I have been here, and this seems like a place that could be interesting, but I don't know. Some of the places I have been did not seem very interesting, but turned out that way. I went up to the teller at the space bus station and said, "Call me a taxi, please." The guy behind the counter said, "No problem," and picked up the phone and called. Then he said, "One will be right here." I said, "Thank you." Then I walked off. The taxi pulled up and I got in. I said, "Can you show me the city and what they do here?" The taxi driver just turned around and said, "You are not from around here, are you?" I said, "No, I am from the planet Wisha. I am a reporter for the Wisha newspaper, and I am here to find out what I can today because tomorrow I will be on another planet." The taxi driver said, "All the trash from all the planets come here, and we take the trash and make something out of it and send it back to them." I said, "Like what?" He said, "Like junk space cars that have been smashed so bad we cannot get any parts, we melt it down and make parts for something else, or space car parts." I said, "That is good, and I would like to see some of it." The taxi driver said, "I can take you to some of the places around here, and you will have to find another taxi driver to take you to the other side of the city." I said, "Why?" He said, "We all have a route that we drive, and that is it. We cannot go in someone else's route." I said, "Then show me some of what is around here and drop me off where I can catch another one." The taxi driver pulled up in front of a big building and said, "You will want to go in here and I will wait for you." I got out and went inside. "This place is huge, and what do we have here?" "I looks like a big plane from the 20th century. One of the 747s. Wow, it is in good shape." Then someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Do you like my plane?" I said, "What is this place?" The guy said, "This is my collection of planes from the 20th century, and I have more of them in another building." I said, "You should sell tickets at the door?" The old man said, "At one time I did, but after a while no one come to see the planes, so I just locked the doors. Now I leave the doors open so anyone can look at the planes for free." I said, "What would happen if you could sell tickets at the door again?" The old man said, "How can I get people to pay to see them again?" I said, "Because you are talking to a reporter from the Wisha newspaper." The old man said, "I have read your paper and it is getting pretty boring." I said, "That is why I am going to every planet to get more information to put in the news paper." The old man said, "How much will the ad cost?" I said, "The first ad is free and the second one is 100.00 per ad with a limit of 100 words per ad." The old man said, "It will be worth it if it pays off." I said, "Want the first ad?" The old man said, "Sure, put it in." I said, "I know just the thing to get everyone to come here and want to see the planes." The old man said, "Whatever will work, and if you come back you will always get in free." I said, "Thank you very much, and I have to leave now." The old man said, "See you next time?" I said, "I hope it will be me that comes back." I walked off and went back to the taxi and got in and said, "On to the next place." The taxi took off and he stopped and said, "This is as far as I can go. We only went 1 block and I could have walked that far." I paid the taxi driver and said thanks. I walked off and boy, he took me for a ride all right. I did not walk very far and a taxi pulled up and I got in and said, "Show me some of the sights." The taxi drove off and he said, "What kind of sights did you have in mind?" I said, "It is the first time here and I don't know what you mean by what kind of sights." He said, "Buildings or bimbos and t-shirts." I said, "For right now, buildings and the bimbos later." He said, "Okay," and away we went. He showed me some of the better things of the planet and some of the bad things. Then he said, "Here is the place where the bimbos with t-shirts hang out." I said, "Take me back to the space bus station please." He said, "This is as far as I go anyway, and if you want to catch another taxi, this is the place." I paid him and got out. I walked over to the taxi stand and waited. Finally a taxi pulled up and the guy said, "Where are you going?" I said, "To the space bus station." He said, "Get in and I will take you there." I got in and he took me to there. I got out and paid him. Then I went to the space bus station and asked the guy behind the counter where is the best hotel to stay in tonight. He said, "Down that street about a block on your right and it says the Wisha Hotel on it, and go in and show them your ID and you can get a room for free." I said, "Why for free?" He said, "Aren't you the reporter from Wisha?" I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "The Wisha newspaper owns the hotel." I said, "Thanks," and walked off. I got to the hotel and went inside and showed them my ID and they just gave me a key and then said, "He will show you to your room." I said, "Thanks," and followed him to my room and he said, "If you need anything just call downstairs." I said, "This will be fine, but wait, I would like to have something to eat." He said, "What would you like to have?" I told him and he left. I checked out the place and it was better than some of the places I have stayed. A knock come at the door and I went over and opened the door, and what did I see? Am I seeing things? It was the most pretty woman I have ever seen standing there with a tray full of food. "What do I do now?" I said, "Come in and stay for a while." She said, "I can only stay for a few minutes." She come in the room and I closed the door and she sat the tray down on the small table and she said, "I hope this is fine." I said, "Thank you." She said, "For what?" I said, "Just for you to come to my room." She left and I sat down and ate. After I got down eating, someone knocked at the door. I got up and opened the door and it was the same lady. She said, "I've come here to get the tray." I said, "How did you know I was done?" She said, "I've worked here for a long time and I just know how long it takes to eat." I said, "How about spending the night with me?" She said, "My fee is more than you can afford." I said, "Whatever it takes." She said her price and I said, "No problem." She said, "Let me make a phone call." I said, "No problem." She picked up the phone and said, "I am done for the night, and send someone up to room 453 and pick up the tray." Then she hung up. She put the tray outside the door and then she closed the door and locked the door. She come over to me and wrapped her arms around me and gave me the biggest kiss I have ever got in my life. She pulled me over to the bed and started to undress me right there. The next morning I woke up, she was gone. But one night, I took a shower and got dressed. I went downstairs and gave them the key. As I was leaving, I heard the guy behind the counter say, "Boy, she must have liked him because she spent the night with him and she just does not do that." I keep right on walking. I got to the space bus station and the next bus was there and ready to go. I got on and the bus took off. Story done by Wisha.